Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Swain, and we'll be facing off against the Swain adventure from the World Adventures campaign. I just kind of wanted to try out this more cheapskate setup on Swain, and I figured the Swain adventure would actually be decently challenging, mostly because of the unending siege, summoning 3 city breakers right away at the start of the game. We'll have to close out the games fast, otherwise we'll just be burned to death. We don't even have that much regeneration on Swain, so any damage that we take might be permanent. So yeah, I'm going to be running the Curator's Gatebreaker so that Swain immediately proxies Nexus Strike effect on summon. I have the Scourge stash so that we can play Swain for cheaper, and the Grand General's counterplan so that we have an infinite supply of spells that can be buffed up with our powers, and that can be used to board clear alongside our legendary power, the Demonic Ascension. Yeah, let's get to it. Lethality, stabilize, share the bounty. Lethality is huge, right? And whenever a unit dies it, we deal 2 to the opponent's nexus. Yeah, I'm taking that every time. The player's damaged units can't block. Shouldn't be too problematic if I just deal with the opponent's units with spells. I'll keep the Spell Slinger in the spell and the Legion Saboteur, I think. I'll probably use the Legion Saboteur as a way to jump block next turn. Or I can use it this turn for the sake of dealing damage to the opponent's nexus. I think that's important. We'll just do this. Try to chip away a little bit at the opponent's nexus. Next turn he might just attack with everything. I think I'll do this. This immediately levels up Swain for the next turn. So depending on what happens this turn, I might be fine. This is rough. If I go for Death's End, we don't clear the board. But it allows me to go for the Legion Saboteur alongside it. Really? No attacks. I'm going to take that. We have taken 9 damage so far. I think it's worth it. Let's do this first so we can play the Swain out for cheaper. And then we'll also clear the board, because as we summon Swain, Swain will strike the opponent's nexus. Yep. That's a bunch of damage right there. Yeah, you can kill that unit. That's fine by me, because I'll just kill you instead. Yeah, Swain is very strong. I mostly wanted to test out how strong he would be without a Swain's Raven army. I think I have always played Swain with Swain's Raven army. It's mostly because the epic relic itself is very good. So you are really incentivized to play it alongside most champions that care about being played alongside the Scourge stash or the other type of effect. I think it's Pact Powder. Ravenloom Conservatory is slow, and so is the Living Legends. I think I'm just going to reroll here. Noxian Fervor. I'm going to take it. It's a bunch of damage, and it's a form of removal as well, I suppose. Fiddlesticks, Caitlyn, Teemo. Fiddlesticks is a guarantee to always get the Swain at the start of the game. Teemo is an interesting pickup because It does synergize with Swain somewhat by dealing damage to the opponent's nexus. And Teemo having Iceborne Gauntlet is nice. It helps deal with the board. Do I care about drawing Swain consistently? I think since we can't always play Swain turn 1 or turn 2, Teemo might be better. Solitary Monks, Gold Chest, or a Shop. Let's go for the bottom path. Try and make our deck leaner so it's more consistent. Not at full health. I'll keep one Death's End and the Teemo. We have increased chances to draw Swain this way. And we can also always go for Teemo turn 1. What are the odds that the opponent has a piece of removal for Teemo right at the start? Considering it's Legion Marauder, he might not have any sort of removal. Yeah. I made the correct choice. Let's do this. I'm actually going to play the House Spider here so that next turn I can go for the Iron Legionnaire here. Ooh, you can also run out the Swain. Or maybe not, because the opponent decided to attack right away. I have to take the 10 here. It's a bit unfortunate. But at the very least I'll also be able to play the Swain here then. Can play this with an army. I'll wait for the next turn. It's not like we would get rid of one City Breaker, but beyond the 1 damage long term, I don't think it would be that relevant. This levels up Swain, obviously. We'll stun the remaining City Breakers. So we'll stop getting burned that way. And we might even be able to kill the opponent here. Oh, we're 1 off. I have the burn in hand. So it's fine. There's still 10 to anything. Doesn't matter because the opponent's dead. There. We are getting dangerously low though. The opponent attacking almost right away on the second turn really messed us up. Professor Von Yip. I'll take the Precious Pet. 1 mana draw spell. It's pretty good. Let's go for the Solitary Monk. I'm going to cut the Iron Legionnaire maybe. It's normally the weakest card in the deck. Actually no, the Puff might be weaker. But then again, it gets its cost reduced, so I can always play it alongside something else. Let's cut the Iron Legionnaire first then. And then we will just move on. Let's keep the Swain. Pup will be free. So let's cut, or let's toss the Poison Dart back in. Keep the Pirouette. We'll draw 2 here. Take 3. My units are going to die. Or at the very least Teemo will die if I don't place something alongside him. Because of the opponent's power. Deal 1 to all units. I can also just place Swain here. If I do this, as long as I deal damage to the opponent's nexus, I think that might be better. Because this deals a bunch of damage to the opponent's nexus, which in turn will make it so Swain's Raven army deals a bunch of damage as well. We killed 2 there. We level up the Swain, we stun 2. And then we set up so that we can remove the remaining 2 with the pirouette. Yeah, the opponent attacks here, but can just do this. That there. I can do this, deal 5 to something, get rid of 2 of the city breakers. And now we only take 1 damage at the end of the turn. I'm going to have to heal here in the next healer encounter, otherwise I just die. It's sad, but I have no better options. Let's do this. It will stun that and secure our victory. Just like so. Timo hasn't been putting in as much work as I thought he would be, but just the fact that it's cheap enough that I can play it alongside something else is alright. Get excited, Noxian Guillotine, give it all. Let's get excited. It's a very good spell. Let's go for the shop. We don't really want slow spells, so let's not take any. Sparring Student at the start of the game. I suppose it helps with the board presence. All of these are too slow, or they're not good options. I want to reroll here. Let's leave. We'll save our reroll for later. Do I want to cut a card or do I want to heal up? If I were to cut a card, I would cut maybe the Poison Dart, because it's slow. Oh, my deck is relatively small. Let's... we're at 34 against Jhin. Let's heal up, just in case something bad happens.
In carnage I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
I'll just take care to not add any unnecessary cards to my deck. Precious Pet, I'll keep that. I'll keep the Noxian Fervor as well. We might be able to dish out a bunch of damage to the opponent's nexus if we get lucky with the Jewel Gauntlet. I can throw the Sparring Student into the grinder to place Swain here, but I don't think it's necessary. I'll just go Precious Pet, House Spider. That's annoying. One more City Breaker to deal with. 2 more, in fact. Well, I guess next turn I have to go Noxian Fervor into Pirouette, I think. And hope that's enough to protect my health total. We'll pull to something, stun something else. We'll take this one, I suppose. And we can block most of these.
Take your place and our show will begin.
He's not committing this Jhin, so he doesn't want to lose it.
Of course I'm ready.
Next turn I can go Death's Hand, deal with all of the city breakers he has on board. This level Swain is more than leveled up, but this allows me to play Swain for 3. That's a complete waste of a Yone.
Empire above all.
Couldn't have asked for something better.
Vision to see what others. Such little lives.
Now we set up so that Yon dies next turn.
I will break them.
Ouch. Fortunately we'll heal back up to full after this encounter.
Bleed for Noxus.
The healing was definitely the correct choice though. If I didn't heal in the healer, I would most likely be dead here.
Who, me? Yeah, I'm with Samira.
Let's remove the opponent's board yet again. Let's drop down the precious pet, just in case. I might need the spell to close out the game if the opponent has some sort of removal here. But he doesn't, so we're fine. Do I feel like I can take on the vicious enemy in this adventure? I think so. Let's go for the vicious enemy here then. Radiant plate armor. Yeah. I'm passing on that. We need to drop down the Swain for cheap. The extra 1 mana. And the cost is not that great. Evolution. Well, now I have no reason not to take on the vicious enemy. Worst case scenario, it's a +1/+1 on all of my units. But it's never just +1/+1. Timo, for example, will get +2/+2. The Arachnoid Sentry gets nothing actually. But we don't need it to get anything. We'll likely draw Swain here. Yep. Swain will get a bunch. Let's let the opponent place something first. I kind of want to place Timo in a relatively safe environment so that I can strike the opponent's Nexus. The opponent didn't play the second stun. I guess he's smarter than I thought. That's a bit unfortunate for me. Deal 3 to something. I guess I'll deal 3 there. I'll have to stun the Legion General. Fortunately we got lucky and Jeweled Gauntlet hit. That means I can use the pirouette to remove these city breakers. Like so. We'll also stand there. Let's Weapons of the Lost, I guess, because it's burn too. Let's get rid of the Minotaur Reckoner. And we have now established control of this game. That's a very large precious bet. I can go Swain right away, but why want to go Swain right away? Let's pass priority to the opponent. Okay, that's a decent enough board for me to do this. Let's send for a clear. And we can drop down the Swain.
Empire above all. Master your
The opponent stuns the Swain. Figures. But with Swain on board, we're safe. Even if we don't get to strike with him, we'll just use him to stall out the game while we burn the opponent down.
battle by battle.
I can just clear with the Raven Flock. I'm going to stop the opponent from attacking with the Auroch Linthorn just to preserve the health on the Swain. I guess he can just keep using Guile on Swain just to keep damaging us, or keep damaging it. It's deal 12 to the opponent's Nexus. Oh, that's right. It also deals the damage from the
What way?
item on the card. So that's just a kill. Damn. That was easier than some of the other encounters. Entrapment. It's worth speed burn. I'm going to take the burst speed burn. It's not normally something you have access to. Phantom pranks. Ooh, that's incredible. Now we burn the opponent for even more damage every time one of our units dies. Here, fast deal for the card draw, sure. And then I can take Death Lotus because it's an incredible board clear, because for some reason it doesn't count as dealing 1 damage to everything. It actually deals 1 damage to each separate enemy. So it's actually dealing 1 damage to each enemy by targeting the opponent's units, which translates into 1 damage for each enemy that's currently battling, or for each unit that's currently battling. So if the opponent has 3 battling units, it will deal 3 to everything at least. It's a very weird interaction, but that's how it works. Let's pick up some more copies of champions. Nah, the Maker is an annoying encounter. I don't want to deal with the Maker. The opponent will just summon units and then I'll have no board presence. Keep the Swain. I'll keep the Swain and the Spell Slinger and the Death's Hand, I suppose. Can entrapment for free right at the start. Helps soften up the opponent's Nexus. That's one thing the Swain's Raven army does as well. It makes it so the opponent's Nexus is at a lower health total. So you can actually go ahead and start dealing more damage with your spells right away. Swain's leveled up. I can attack here, but it won't accomplish much because the opponent will just block with the Trifarian Shieldbreaker. But I need to attack anyway, just so one of the opponent's units is damaged. That way we can target it next turn with the Ravenous Lock. That will in turn ensure the complete clear of the opponent's board, just like so.
After the battle, the ravens.
Suppose I'll play the Legion Saboteur, just because it's fleeting. Can drop down the Timo as well, even if we don't capture something. It will be a little bit of extra damage next turn.
Such little lives.
And now we just close out the game. Nice and quick. Took a little bit, especially in the beginning, but we finally reached the point where we just have enough consistency in the deck and enough damage to the point where we kill the opponent over the course of 3 turns. Let's pick up the Crystal Carrier for the card that's already in my deck. I have all subtypes, that doesn't matter. Spell Slinger. Card draw is always good, so sure. It's not like Spell Slinger is a bad card. Then I can heal for 0, which is obviously bad, so I'd rather cut a card. I think I'm going to cut the Puff Cap up. Unfortunately, we have foregone the buff cap game plan a while ago. Precious Pets, Spell Slinger, those are decent keeps. Honestly, this entire hand is good. We'll just Entrapment at the start for the sake of damage. Ooh, I can even play Swain at the start. Do I want to play Swain at the start though? I don't think so. Mostly because I feel like Swain might just get removed. Captain Colrix. Now that's a threat. Let's just do this. Try to set up so that the next turn I can go ahead and go for the Ravenous Block and clear the opponent's entire board. Or worst case scenario, I'll do Death Lotus as well. That's a problem. Can do this. Everything goes down to either 7 or 1. And then they die to the Death Lotus. Even if he attacks, that's fine. That's a complete board clear. Because like I said, for some reason the Death Lotus targets each unit individually. So if Swain on the board, or with Swain, that means it deals damage based on each opponent's unit that's battling. I'm going to attack. Yeah, let's just attack. Secure the 30 damage. Yeah, because of that, it can happen. The opponent's just damaging our Swain and killing it through removal. At least this way we can drop down an additional Swain that we got from the Grand General's counter plan. Let's Spell Slinger. Get some extra mana at the start of the next turn. When we're reaching a point where all of our spells are hurting way too much. Leviathan. We need to stun it. Otherwise we have no way to deal with it. Noxian Fervor just kills the opponent. Can even target the opponent's Nexus for 1 billion damage. Just like so. Yeah, Swain is pretty strong. Even if we don't use the regular expensive setup. It was still a decent experience. I haven't actually played Swain against Swain at all. So it's good to know that our Swain is just superior. So yeah, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.